Away. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Captain Save here.
That was a weak scream today, Nick.
Do what?
That was a little weak scream, I think.
I know. Okay.
Today, our best.
Captain Save here with Miss Swedish Fish. We are here with the Marketing Qualified Rundown, and we're running it down on Friday. We've got two awesome topics.
Yes, like literally awesome topics. I loved today's newsletter, and it made me chuckle more than once.
All right. So the one topic is the metric you're ignoring but shouldn't be, which is saves. Saves on social media. And
don't worry, if you don't know what it is, we're going to tell you.
We're going to tell you. Yep. And then the other one is top 20 ways to tank your email marketing. We're not going to go through every 20 because you can read, but we're going to hit a couple of them that are really important. And let's do it. So, Miss Swedish Fish, I mean, again, this was a good one. What the hell is a save metric?
Save is what you do when you can also call this a bookmark. You literally save something on social media. On LinkedIn, you have the little 3 dots and you can click save. You can save on TikTok, on Twitter, but mostly for B2B case, like you save. It's not the like, it's not the share, it's not the comment, it's a save button. Do you save?
I do all the time, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, what I do, what's funny is, and I have this, it's probably not a great habit. I take pictures all the time on my phone of posts that I like, so I keep them. It's my swipe file on my photos. I see this amazing post from somebody, so I take the picture and then I go back to it, and then because I see so much content, I forget who the like. Oh well, who was that? But I saw it was a great post, so I want to forget it. So I don't want to forget it. So I save it, but I save it visually.
Yeah, no, I do the same. I save a ton. So, and this makes perfect sense to me when I read this newsletter, because I think way too many people are stuck on the engagement metric of likes, comments, and shares, and no matter what platform you use it.
Yeah, and I think what it really points to is, and we've said this a lot, right? Have content that people can actually do something tangibly with. Right? So when you save content, and obviously we saw a lot of stuff at the end of the year or even beginning of the year of like what's projections and what's coming and all that. But I think content that really guides, tips, things that are really tangible to do something with, that's save worthy.
Yeah, and it is. Well, I loved how we presented this in the newsletter. It's sticky content. It makes people not only to stop the scroll, but it's actually stick with them no matter the reason. And we can dive into a few different reasons why people do this, but that's the important part here, that something is sticky for your audience.
Yeah. And I also, one of the reasons, I think people they digest content, they're in the doom scrolling sometimes, but you want to have something to go back to so that they don't have time to analyze it now, but they have time to analyze it later. So bookmark, right? Or save.
So let's give a few examples of what makes content save worthy.
All right. What's your favorite?
Well, my favorite that I connected with the most is the thought leadership, like content that somewhat inspired me. And it could be in many different ways. It can be a post that I want to dive into this topic because I want to write about it later, or maybe it's something useful for me. It's inspiring. Like I want to try this. It could be a workout. It could be a style of writing or a book to read. That is mostly speaking to me personally.
Yeah, I think for me, and I think content that really, one of the topics in the newsletters was content that inspires deep thought. To me, like anything that helps me figure something out. So I want to really think deep about it, which is thought leadership too. It's something I can reflect on. Like, is this going to solve a bigger problem for me later on? And right, it's not maybe just a very specific thing, but it's something that I'm going to noodle on. Right, I'm going to have a glass of wine, have a beer, and just think about it. So I think that's definitely a check mark of a save type of post. And I think, again, anything that people can really use, that's save worthy to me.
Yeah, like checklists, any sort of resources, tutorials, guides.
Yeah.
I save a lot of people doing book recommendations. And when I need to something new to read, I can go back to these posts and I kind of like this person's ideas. Otherwise, I probably would like the same books.
Yeah, for sure. So I think any of these things, I think to make it, so let's talk about how to make it save worthy, right? So we do a lot of content ourselves and we guide a lot of our clients in this. And this is hard. I mean, this is not always easy to do. But I think that the specificity is important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Be very specific about what you're trying to get across. Make sure that it's, and depending on your audience, especially in the B2B space, the structure of it helps, right? I mean, you're the queen of, I think, mixing it up on LinkedIn with structure of your post to grab people's eyeballs and attention, because people are visual. So the structure of boldness, italics, list, like how you do it. I mean, again, we should maybe put some examples in the post after this, but like that's a great way to grab people's attention and remember it as well.
Yeah, and obviously you need to align the structure of the content to whatever the content
Yeah.
So putting a list in just like a one paragraph is obviously not going to be easy for the eye to read. So you add formatting to that. And now it's amazing how much you can format on social media platforms. We were kind of stuck in not being able to do anything than just whatever font you have on LinkedIn or Twitter, or X. But now there's plenty free tool. You can simply just Google that, like customize font on LinkedIn, and you get tons of different ways to do that.
I think the other thing to think about when you think about save worthy content is now especially with AI, there's so many video posts, obviously, like we're doing right now. And because of the ability to transcribe things, how you actually speak and how we do the reviews and how we talk in video also makes it save worthy, because then it becomes, if it's, you just download the transcript, you can see the summary, you can create other content from it.
Mm-hmm.
How you're having the structure of the conversation or the video. And obviously our video is a little bit longer because we're recapping, but if it's a 45-second clip about something, think about the structure of how that works. Think about the context of how you're doing it.
I agree. To the sad part of this, I really, as I'm reading this, all I can think is like, how did I miss this on LinkedIn? How can I see what people say? And you can't.
You can't. It's such a letdown. It's such a letdown.
Not yet. Like, yes, you can on other platforms that are not necessarily super B2B friendly, but I mean, Instagram, Facebook, they do offer that. You can see.
LinkedIn, nope.
LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, if you're listening, please make it possible. I think that would be super, super valuable for anyone, whether you're like personal brand or a business, to see what people are saving.
Agreed. All right. So saves, bookmarks, think about it, guys. And even when you're scrolling today or this weekend, I mean, tell us how you're doing it. Are you taking pictures? Are you writing it down? How are you keeping track of some of the great posts you see on LinkedIn, especially in the B2B space? So, all right, next topic.
I actually first read this 20 ways to thank your email marketing. I'm like, I'm thanking my email marketing. What the hell? What did I miss here? But no, tank. These are the things that you should not be doing. And
this is the difference of English not your first language, right?
I scan way too quickly sometimes. And then I'm like halfway down the list and I'm like, what the hell? What am I thanking this for? But no. If you want to tank your email marketing, this is what you should do.
We see a lot of these actually, right?
Yeah.
So I think we're obviously not going to go through all 20, but I think let's call out some favorites.
I chuckled when I came down to number 8. Make every email about you. It's what people want. No,
that's a good one. I think I think skip the CTA button. I think that's a hilarious one. I mean, and again, I will say, like, depends on the type of email, right? So if it's truly a acquisition email trying to drive demand, you're trying to get them to take action. Let's say download a case study as an example, and we've seen it, right? They forget to put the button to download the case study. I mean, that's like the Captain Obvious of don't not, you gotta put a button on there, otherwise it's like, hey, download my case study. Just kidding.
I think number 10 is pretty fun too. Always send from a no reply address. Nothing says we care like telling people not to respond. I mean,
it drives me nuts. That actually drives me nuts.
Even if you put info or marketing or sales, I don't care. Just make people give them the option to reply.
Or even when it says like no one will, it says at the bottom, no one will be responding to this. This is an audit. This email will not be replied to.
We totally care about our customers.
Yeah. Obviously, I think the other big thing we preach a lot is around personalization, somewhat in the similar vein of the email. But even, when you talk about emails from people, like it needs to be from somebody. So if it's just like, dear customer, dear valued person, add a name. Put it like.
You know how bad it is when you know that their database is not clean and it says just there and then a space. So they didn't actually have my name in there.
Yeah.
So it's just empty because they didn't fill it with the customer tag. Just
terrible.
Yeah.
I think this is probably one of my more favorite ones. The wing it strategy. So obviously as an agency, we believe in strategy. We believe in plans and doing things the right way. Agile, of course, but winging it and just literally throwing caution to the wind and just having no strategy at all of what you're trying to do. That is one way to crash and burn, for sure.
Yes. If you have a few extra minutes today, it won't take long. Definitely check out this entire list. It will give you a laugh on a Friday, and we all want that.
Yeah. So good list of 20 of things that will tank, not thank your email.
Thank.
So, all right.
Fun part. I remember the meme this week.
I had to laugh at this one though, because obviously, I don't know if you saw the news, that Supreme Court upheld the potential ban or sale of TikTok. So
this is like, it's never going to end. Yeah. Whatever the ending is never going to end. But yeah, this is pretty funny. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a weird world, I think, as we keep going with video. So
yeah.
All right, that is it for today. Obviously, we are halfway through the first month of the quarter or first month of the year. So, man,
I don't know how that happened.
I don't know how it happened.
Where it will be Christmas soon.
Pretty sure. All right, so obviously, take a look at the Marketing Qualified this week, and of course, another edition of Partner Science dropped this week.
Great. Yes, Partner Science is out. If you want to learn how to negotiate like FBI, then that issue is for you.
For sure.
And as always, don't forget to subscribe, marketingqualified.co.
Or Partner Science.
Partnerscience.tech. Yes, that's where you check that out. That's it for this week. Thank you, Nick. Right. And thanks, everyone.
See you guys.